crowds a buzzing all around. Brooklyn whales, they wear a crooked crown. Eyebrows raising, fingers pointing sly. Whispers echoing about the reasons why. Saw 'em sneaking neath the cloak of night. Pocket full of secrets out of sight. Fans are gasping, mouths are hanging wide. Brooklyn whales, what are you trying to hide? Cheating ways and sleazy schemes, nothing's what it really seems. Pawns in games that you devise. Brooklyn whales are full of lies. Grease the wheels, the whispers start to grow. Trophies tarnished by the seeds you've sown. Smirks and winks behind the referee. Brooklyn whales, you're caught, we see. Stormy clouds above you, factory boys. Lost your honor, traded it for toys. No redemption left in dirty greed. Brooklyn whales, it's time to heed. Cheating ways and sleazy schemes, nothing's what it really seems. Pawns in games that you devise. Brooklyn whales are full of lies. Whispers start to grow. Clarky's tarnished by the seeds you've sown. Smirks and winks behind the referee. Brooklyn whales, your One, come all, lend me your ear for a tale of triumph, loud and clear. The Legacy Cup of 1910, the Richmond Rifles did it again. Down 4 games, folks said they're done, but Richmond roared, the war's not won. With old Dwight Ford and Jelly Bean too, and Machine Robe Lee, they made dreams come true. Oh, up with the banners, boys, show no fatigue, 'cause we've never lost to the Western League. Up with the Rifles, boys, count the time, it's Virginia for old Game 9. Cleveland roared with a powerful start, but Richmond played with a lion's heart. Jelly Bean Jack struck the batters out cold with a fastball richer than a pot of gold. Machine Robley crouched like a man of steel, calling each pitch with precision and zeal. Shortstop Scud with his gloves so grand led our boys to the promised land. Oh, up with the banners, boys, show no fatigue, 'cause we've never lost to the Western League. Up with the Rifles, boys, count the time, it's Virginia for old Game 9. Game 9 was wild, the bases were packed, but Jelly Bean fired and the Athletics cracked. A grounder to Scranton, a throw to Machine. He tagged the runner and dashed their dreams. And Jack stepped up to finish the job with a heart on fire. He silenced the mob, strike after strike. He showed no fear, and Richmond's roar filled the air with cheer. Oh, up with the banners, boys, Virginia for old game night. Oh, up with the banners, boys, show no fatigue, 'cause we've never lost to the Western League. Up with the rifles, boys, count the time, it's Virginia for old game night.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Monroe Cigars. That rich, deep flavor only Monroe can provide. Monroe Cigars, for the discerning gentleman.
Light up a Monroe feels just right. Every smoky puff takes you to the night. With a classic charm so refined, Monroe cigars soothe your mind. In every draw there's a story told, tales of glory and hearts made bold. From the boardroom to the ballroom scene, Monroe cigars are the gentleman's dream. Monroe cigars, light them up and unwind. Taste the luxury, leave worries behind. In a jazz-filled room or a quiet porch view, Monroe cigars bring class to you. Smooth as velvet, sweet as wine, Monroe's keeps you feeling divine. So grab a box and join the elite. With Monroe's cigars, life is sweet. Every moment is a toast to grace. Find your solace in this sacred space, whether sunlit morning or twilight hush. Monroe cigars give that special rush. Monroe cigars, light them up and unwind. Taste the luxury, leave worries behind. In a jazz-filled room or a quiet porch view, Monroe cigars bring class to you.
You're listening to Legacy Baseball on your home for America's pastime, WLBL.
Hello, folks, and welcome to Reds Ballpark. It's the Battle of the Mississippi, as the most storied and long-lasting rivalry in Legacy Baseball is brought to you today by the WLBL. We've got a really slam-bang game worked up for you today, and as the players warm up here at Reds Ballpark, we take a look at the standings across the Legacy Baseball League. I'm Sparky Parker, your host for the day. Glad you could join us today for a game of baseball. And in the Eastern League, of course, the Brooklyn Whales are well ahead of the pack. And the Bakers pulling away from the Banshees and Rifles in the East. Are we seeing the foreshadowing of the League Cup this year? It seems so. The New York teams have slipped to the bottom of the standings, with the Brewers not far behind. But the Clippers and the Angels, neck and neck, just a step below the Banshees and Rifles. And in the Western League, Twin Cities trying to fend off a red-hot St. Louis Reds. The Reds could tie for first place with this game if the Twin City Empire loses today. The Doves and the Giants not far behind, and the Oilers and Beavers battling. The Beavers have been back and forth this year. They're trying to get back above 500, with the Packers and the Athletics slugging it out at the bottom of the standings. Well, the lineups have been exchanged, folks, and we're about ready to take you to the field. And as they get ready, we'll take a look at the Reds' defense today. It'll be Symes at third, Matthews at shortstop, Lee at second, and Golden, Cadillac Reeves at first base. In your outfield here along the river, we've got Butler in left, George Cook in center, and Wright in right. It'll be right and right and right and left today, if you can keep track of it. And, of course, we'll have the catching done by Edward Cook. Marco Parker is on the mound, and boy, he is white hot. Robert Who indeed. That can who is the question in the Western League, as Marco Parker has an earned run average of 1.50 so far this season. He is 9-2 on the season, and the big reason why the Reds were in striking distance of first place here in the Western League. Only 20 earned runs allowed, 45 walks, which is about league average, and 47 strikeouts. Taking a look at the top of this Beavers orders, they're on the road today, just across the river. It'll be Barcroft, then Skinner, then Sheen. Well, we're set to get things underway here at Reds Field. It's a nice day for baseball. Wind blowing out of right field at about 5 miles an hour. And here's the first pitch on the way from Marco Parker to the catcher Nolan Barcroft. It's time for baseball. First pitch is a fastball, called a strike right down the middle. 0-1 now to Barcroft. He's .355 on the year, 15 RBIs and 3 home runs. Good contact hitter, very slow on the base paths. Look in the wind-up from Marco Parker. That is a swing and a miss. He got fooled on a two-seamer downstairs. Call it 0-2 now. Barcroft quickly looked 0-2, and Parker has been red hot. The finest pitcher in the LBL through the middle of June. And here's the pitch on the way. That is tapped foul back over the catcher's head. We'll do it again. Barcroft is 2-4 on his career against Parker, and it's been quite the story for this underdog here in the Western League. Marco, quickly becoming the admiration of all here in Missouri. 0-2 now to Barcroft. Here's the pitch. That's hit on the ground to the shortstop, handled in time. Matthews has it over to first, and there's one away. Well, the hot short hopper handled with no trouble. And there's one away. So that'll bring William Skinner, the first baseman, up. He's hitting just .219 on the year, 6 RBIs, also not much speed. About average contact hitter type, decent eye. And he'll take the pitch. The look in from Harper to Cook. Here's the pitch to the right-handed Skinner. That is a low floater on the infield. It'll be taken by the second baseman. Lee has it. And there are 2 down. Well, there are 2 away quickly here for the Beavers. And this is the oldest rivalry in baseball, folks. The St. Louis Reds and the St. Louis Beavers. No love lost between the 2 organizations. Sheen hitting .222. He has a very good eye, good power. 3 home runs this year, 34 RBIs. He'll take the look in from Parker. Here's the pitch to the righty, Sheen. Well, that pitch is a called strike, a changeup, right down the middle. And here's the 0-1 on the way to the second baseman, Sheen. Another called strike, 4-seamer in about the same place. Fools Sheen, throws him up, 0-2, with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the 0-2 from Parker to Sheen. Outside, wastes a pitch, a 2-seamer, well off the plate. It's 1-2. Well, Sheen is 0 for 3 in his career against Parker. Parker, of course, Wasn't expected to make the Major League roster at the beginning of the year, and he has been a sensation. Here's the 1-2 on the way to Sheen. Inside pitch called the ball. Count evens at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Sheen. Swing and a miss, and Parker guns down his first victim. That'll be 1-2-3 for the Beavers here in the top of the first, and we'll flip it over. On the mound for the Beavers will be left-handed Jennings Page, 6-10 this year, an earned run average of 2.96, 83 strikeouts, which is about double the league average. So a lot of stuff from this young lefty. The Southpaw has allowed 50 runs this year, 44 walks. And if we take a look at the defense for the Reds, it'll be Mitchell on third, Kearney at short, Sheen at second, and Skinner on first. In the outfield, right and left, Doble in center field. And here's the pitch on the way. First pitch is a called strike right down the middle to Lee. Lee hitting .318 on the year. He is quick on the base paths. Good contact hitter, above average eye. He is 3-15 against Page. Here's the 0-1 on the way to the second baseman, Lee. That's a called strike. It's quickly 0-2. Lee's a career .283 hitter. And here's the 0-2 on the way. That one just misses downstairs. It'll be 1-2 now. Two-seamer fell off the zone. It's 1-2 to Douglas Lee. Here's the windup. The delivery. That one is hit into the outfield. It's shallow, but center fielder Lloyd Doble is there in time, and it'll be one down for the Reds. That'll bring up Frank Butler. Good hitter, hitting .287 with 25 RBIs this year, 70 hits. He's a .378 hitter against Page. He's really got his number. And with nobody on and one out here in the bottom of the first, here's the windup from Page and the delivery to Frank Butler. Here's the pitch. That is hit, a line drive, right field, hooking foul. 0-1 now, one out. Here's the pitch from Page to the left fielder, Butler. The pitch is low. Might have caught the plane, 1-1 now. Outfield shifted left on Butler. Here's the pitch. He ropes one foul, hooking down the left field line. Rattles against the wall. It'll be 1-2. He's behind on Jennings Page. And here's the 1-2 on the way to the left fielder. That is fouled backward behind the catcher. We'll do it again, 1-2. Page looks in. Here's the pitch. That's a late swing hit weakly to the shortstop, fired over in time, and there are two away.
Once the Peanuts, not a ball game.
We welcome our new fans to WLBL. We're happy you've joined us here in St. Louis, Missouri for this classic rivalry, as Page will now face the catcher, Edward Cook. Cook hitting just a shallow .306 on the year, so a very good year for the contact hitter. Cook, .382 career against Page, and some of these Reds really have Page's number. We'll see if he can fend them off today. The outfield is shallow on the catcher. Here's the pitch with 2 outs on the way. Downstairs, inside, 1-0. Four-seamer misses. We'll see a lot of two-seamers from Page today. He relies heavily on that sinker. Well, 1-0 with 2 outs. Here's Edward Cook. That's hit weakly again to the shortstop. Diving stop, and he has it over from the knees in time to first, and that'll do it. Well, it's wham bam, thank you ma'am, no runs, no hits, no errors. That's the inning. We go to the top of the second with no score. Well, it's a pleasant evening for baseball, partly cloudy, threatening rain earlier, but it's long since blown southward. And as the lights brought to you by the Schilling Shipping Company come on here in St. Louis, we'll see the right-handed batter, right fielder Jacob Barraclough up to bat. Barraclough hitting .224 on the year. He's 3 for 4 in his career against Parker, rather. Well, there aren't many batters who have seemed to figure out Marco Parker, but Barraclough so far this season is one of them. He has 4 RBIs on the year. He has good speed on the base path, so if he can get on, expect him to steal second. Here's the pitch on the way from Marco Parker. That'll be a ball inside, upstairs, 1-0. Well, the 1-0 on the way down to Barraclough. That is hit to the second baseman. Good positioning. Has it over on the one hopper, and there are 1 down. Good play by Lee. That was a late bounce right before the dirt in the infield, but he was positioned close enough to the base to play it well. And it'll be 1 down. Warden Wright is up now. 216 on the year, 9 RBIs. This is his first time facing Marco Parker. He's hitting 188 against lefties this year. To look into Cook, here's the pitch on the way to Wright. First pitch is a called strike, might have been upstairs, and Warden didn't like it. Let's the umpire know. And it's 0-1 with 1 out. Nobody on. The outfield is shallow for Wright. Here's the pitch on the way from the southpaw Parker. Right down the middle, called a ball. It'll be 1-1 now. 1 out, here's the pitch on the way to Wright. Downstairs, fastball, 2-1 now. Wright a little below average speed. He doesn't hit quite as well as against lefties. That's from the left-hand side. Here's the pitch on the way from Marco Parker. It's delivered. Fly ball, hooking foul down the left field line. Chasing after it is the left fielder, and Butler does not have it. It bounces just out of reach of his glove. Lucky break by Wright. It'll be 2-2 as the count evens. Parker looks into Cook. Here's the pitch to the southpaw right. That one is fouled away. Caught! Wow, what a catch by the third baseman. Signs hit a beam bullet down the line, and that'll be 2 outs. Great play by the third baseman, Signs on the out corner. 2 out now. It'll bring up Eldon Mitchell. Mitchell just 174 on the year. This is his time facing Parker as well. Outfield remains shallow for Mitchell. The third baseman's pitch is on the way. 2 outs. Swing and a miss on a low fastball. That four-seamer barely clipped the plate, and Mitchell swung way over it. 0-1 now with 2 outs. Nobody on. Top of the second. Here's the pitch on the way to Mitchell. That is a ball well outside. And it's 1-1 to the third baseman. Pitch on the way from Parker. 1-1. Called strike. This one right down the middle, and it's 1-2. Parker, which is 15 hits so far and 86 bats this year. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. A pulled string on a curve ball, and that'll do it here. We head to the bottom of the second with the score still tied at 0. Well, it's been quick baseball so far. Due up for the Reds will be Cadillac Reeves, and then George Cook and Roland Wright. Reeves bats from the right side of the plate, and he is a St. Louis legend. He's been with the organization more years than I can count. A career .293 average. He's hitting just .210 this year, as we are in the twilight days of old Golden Reeves' career. They call him Cadillac. And long as he gives the fans here at Redfield Ballpark something to cheer about. He is 12 for 40 against Page. That's good enough for an average of 300 even. And to start things out here in the bottom of the second, here's the pitch from the southpaw Page. It's wrapped down the first baseline. That'll be handled, flipped over to Page, who covers first, and there's 1 away. Nicely done by Skinner and Page there to bring up the center fielder George Cook, another long-time Red toward the end of his career, hitting .283 this year, call it .281, with 3 RBIs from the 5-hole. The outfield is shallow on Cook. Here's the pitch in from the lefty Page. First ball, low. 2-seamer that misses, and it's 1-0. But here's the 1-0 pitch to the center fielder. Hard hit ball, line drive left field, played on a bounce, and it is in quickly, but not before Cook is aboard. So a base hit, a single with 1 out for George Cook, puts a runner on first base runner for the Reds this evening. And that'll bring up Roland Wright. Well, Wright has a home run this year, good contact power hitter. Slow on the base paths, Cook on first. With 1 out, Wright bats from the left-hand side of the plate. He is 5 for 18 against Jennings Page. 355 overall on the year with 30 RBIs. He has been white hot. And here's the pitch on the way from the southpaw with the runner on first. That one is hit up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Lead runner advances to second. He'll take a look, come back as the ball comes in late, but it'll put runners on second and first now. Two runners on quickly off two hits here for the Reds. And it brings up the third baseman, Green Symes, who had an absolutely phenomenal snag at the hard corner on the other frame. Wright really punished that changeup from Page. Dole had it in a little slow, but Cook did not advance. So Ducks on the pond now. Cook on second, Wright on first. Here's the pitch on the way to Symes. That is a fastball swung on and missed by Symes. Right at the knees, it's 0-1. Runners take their leads with one out here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch from Page to Symes. That one gets away, and the runners will advance as it's a wild pitch well outside and upstairs. Barcraft had to go scrambling for it, so Wright's now on second, Cook's now on third. The force is removed for Symes, and two runners in scoring position for the third baseman. Here's the 1-1 on the way from Page. That is a called ball, just upstairs, a change-up that doesn't find the zone, 2-1. Good chance for the Reds to get ahead early here with only one out. No force as the runners advanced on the wild pitch. Here's the look in from Page to Barcroft, and the pitch on the way to the righty Symes. Roped down the to the shortstop. That's handled in time to first. They'll take the runner at first. And Cook comes in to score. So one run, RBI out. And the Reds strike first here at home. Wright still at second. Cook scores on the fielder's choice, and there are two down. Well, here's the pitch in from Page. It'll be Sherwood Williams, the shortstop, hitting .234 on the year. 20 RBIs. He's a career .242 hitter. 13 home runs in his career. He's hit none so far this year. Last year he had one home run. Wright with a narrow lead from second. And here's the look in, two outs. The 0-1 on the way to Matthews from Page. It is a fastball, misses, outside. 1-1 now. Look into Barcraft. Here's the pitch to the righty Matthews. Swung on late, fouled away down the third baseline. It'll be 1-2. Late swing on a sinker. Underneath it. Two outs. Runner at second. Bottom of the second. Reds lead at 1-0. Here's the pitch on the way to Matthews. That is a called ball that just misses. 2-2 now. Count evens for Matthews. He is 0 for 7 in his career against Page. Right with the narrow lead, the look in and the pitch to Matthews, and a called ball. So he works him full. Page will look behind over his shoulder. Here's the payoff pitch on the way to Sherwood Matthews. That one misses, and he is aboard. First walk of the evening for Jennings Page. He doesn't walk too many, a little below league average. But it'll put runners on second and first for Marco Parker. The Reds already at the bottom of their order here in the bottom of the second. Parker hitting .238. His first time facing Page as a batter, and here's the pitch. First pitch is a ball. Two-seamer just misses. 1-0. Two outs, runners take their lead here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch to the pitcher, Marco Parker. Check swing, call the ball. This one just low. And it's quickly 2-0 to Parker. Good eye. Page from the stretch. Here's the 2-0 on the way to the pitcher Parker. That one a called strike on the corner. And it's 2-1 now. Well, the Reds would love to increase their lead. They're up 1-0 now. No hits yet for the Beavers, and a chance for the Reds to get more hits here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. Another ball. So some control issues here from Page in the second. It's 3-1. Two outs. Runners on second and first. And here's the pitch on the way to Marco Parker. Fouled away. Another full count, 2 in a row now, as Parker works the count full on Page. Runners take their leads. Looks into Barcroft. Here's the pitch to the lefty Parker. Inside out swing and deep into the outfield. A fly ball is handled. Doble has it. Running catch, and that'll do it. One run on two hits, no errors. Two runners left on. The Reds have got ahead. It's 1-0. Well, it's been quick baseball so far, folks, as we head to the top of the third. It'll be Doble, Kearney, Page due up at the bottom of the Beavers lineup. Doble hitting 262, 21 RBIs, good speed. He'll steal his fair share of bases. He has 6 stolen bases on the year, which is the most in the Beavers order. Doble bats from the right-hand side of the plate. He is hitting 250 against Parker in his career. And the outfield is shallow on Doble, the center fielder. Here's the look-in and the pitch from Marco Parker. First pitch is called a ball, a curveball, down low, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 on the way to Doble from Parker. Wind up, delivery. No dice on another curve, he misses twice, it's 2-0. Well, Parker's walked 45, call it this year, just 20 earned runs. Good enough for the best ERA in baseball, and 9-2 on the year. Doble with 56 hits. Parker looks into Cook, takes the sign, shakes him off, finds some things he liked. Here's the pitch on the way to Doble. Downstairs, it's 3-0 quickly now. Doble ahead on the count on Parker. Parker shakes off Cook again, the look in, the wind up, and here's the pitch on the way to the center field to Doble. Check swing, it is downstairs, and a 4-pitch walk is going to put the center fielder on first base, and they'll watch him closely as he will steal his fair share of bags. The outfield shifts on Abe Kearney, the shortstop. Doble on first, nobody out. Kearney up at bat against Parker. We're here in the top of the third, and the look in and the pitch to Kearney. Change up misses inside and downstairs, 1-0. Parker struggling with control. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Late swing and a miss on a fastball. Kearney really took the mail train on that one. It's 1-1 now. Doble with a narrow lead. Parker checks first from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Hard hit ball on the ground. Could be 2. Second baseman over to second and in time. No trouble. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Well executed by this Reds infield. The run is eliminated. 2 outs now. And the Beavers are at the bottom of their order with Jennings Page. Page bats from the right-hand side of the plate. Outfield is shallow. And here's the pitch on the way from Marco Parker. Pitcher to pitcher. That one is a line drive, gets over the head of the shortstop, and Page has himself a base hit as that gets into left field. And the Beavers keep the inning alive. They'll turn their order over as the pitcher is aboard. Here's Barcroft. He's 0 for 1 today, 353 average on the year. Looking to keep things alive and respond to that red score. 2 outs for Barcroft. Here's the pitch on the way from Marco Parker. That is a fly ball hooking foul down the right field line. No chance for right, and it's 0-1. No score yet in New York. Another rivalry game tonight over on the East Coast. George Nieder on the mound. And it'll be 1-1 now to Barcroft. Page with a narrow lead. Here's the pitch. Downstairs, call the ball. 2-1 now to Barcroft. Page on first. Parker looks into Cook. Here's the pitch on the way to the righty. The catcher swings at a fastball that's hit to center field. It's caught. No trouble for Cook. And we go now to the bottom of the third. Well, the second baseman, Douglas Lee, is up for the top of the Reds order. He's 0 for 1 today, 317 on the year. He walks a little above average. And the outfield is shifted left on the lefty. Here's the pitch on the way from Page. That is a strike at the knees, 0-1. And Page will throw that two-seamer with an early break. It's 0-1 now. Pitch on the way to the second baseman. Foul the way down the left field line. And it's quickly 0-2. Pittsburgh up 2-1 on Chicago. Twin City ahead of Cincinnati 1-0. They're getting things started here in the bottom of the first. And Richmond behind Philadelphia 1-0. It's 0-2 to Douglas Lee. Here's the pitch from Page. Foul the way down the left field line again. And it'll be 0-2. We'll see a lot of shifts for lefties from this Beavers defense, especially in the outfield. 0-2 on the way to Douglas Lee. Here's the pitch. Delivery. It's hit on the third baseline, recovered well, thrown across the diamond. and it is well in time. Call it one away now for the Reds to bring up Frank Butler. 0 for 1 on the evening, 286 on the year. Nobody on and 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Page looks in at Barcroft. Here's the pitch on the way to the right-handed batter, Butler. Fouled away down the right field line. And it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Page to Butler. Call the ball, borderline pitch. Two-seamer can't find the zone, 1-1. 1 out for the left fielder. Here's the pitch on the way from Jennings Page. Called. Strike. Two-seamer in the same spot. It's 1-2. He painted the inside corner with that pitch. Page. Pretty good movement on that two-seamer. Here's the 1-2 with 1 out to Frank Butler. A ball. Another two-seamer. It's been 4 sinkers in a row now. 2-2. 1 out. Here's the pitch on the way to Butler. Broke down the third baseline. Up with it again. And over in time. 2 up, 2 down so far. It'll be George Cook. Cook is 0 for 1. Outfield is shallow. Correction, Edward Cook. Easily mistakable for George, especially in St. Louis. Here's the pitch on the way. 1-0. As that one misses downstairs. It's been almost all two-seamers so far this frame. 2 outs, the 1-0 on the way to the catcher, Edward Cook. Here's the pitch. Fouls away down the first baseline. We'll do it again, and the count evens at 1-1. 1-1 on the way to Cook. That pitch is just inside. Call it 2-1. You guessed it, another two-seamer. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the 2-1 on the way to the catcher, Edward Cook. That one is hit on the infield. Picked up. Nice job there by the first baseman. It's turned over as Page covers. And that'll do it for the Reds. 3 up, 3 down. At the tie of the side, St. Louis maintains their lead 1-0. It's been quick baseball so far. That's 3 innings. We'll be back after a quick word from our sponsor here on WLBL Broadcasting.
Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Legacy Baseball on WLBL, home of America's pastime.
Now listen here, you folks, and gob around. I'll tell you about the Beavers, best team in town. We're playing ball down by the river's bend, where the mighty Mississippi and the Desperate blend. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Recall the words that Robert said. Stand up straight, boys, beat the Reds. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Old Schilling, he had sons, 2 boys so grand. Andrew got the fortune, Robert got the back of his hand. Papa's shipping empire, Andrew claimed it all. Left Robert with nothing, just some ashes and a ball. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Recall the words that Robert said. Stand up straight, boys, beat the Reds. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. We had a ballpark then, a beauty to behold. But Andrew, he was wicked, his heart was black as coal. He snuck in late one night with a can of kerosene, set those wooden bleachers ablaze, a fiery scene. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Recall the words that Robert said. Stand up straight, boys, beat the Reds. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. We were down but not defeated. Our spirits wouldn't break. Robert, he rebuilt it, for goodness gracious sake. But we ain't forgot the fire, or the arsonist by name, who will face their fiery consequence in God's eternal flame. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. Recall the words that Robert said. Stand up straight, boys, beat the Reds. Oh, I remember when they burned the ballpark down. So raise a glass
We welcome you back to Reds ballpark here. Well, through three, the Reds lead narrowly 1-0. Plenty of baseball left. Marco Parker due for his fourth inning of work. Just 33 pitches so far for the Reds pitcher. It'll be Skinner, Sheen, Barraclough here to get things started in the fourth. Skinner 0 for 1 today. And the frame is underway. Here's the pitch on the way by Parker. 1-0. Well, the Schilling Shipping Company lights are on here at Reds ballpark. There's a light breeze blowing out toward the river. And the 1-0 is on the way to William Skinner. 1-1 now. Fastball clips the bottom of the zone at the knees. Evens the count on Skinner. And Parker, if he can hold through the long stretch of the season as we get into the dog days of summer, is an easy contender for the Western League Golden Arm, Pitcher of the Year. The southpaw looks into Cook. Here's the pitch on the way to the first baseman, Skinner. That one is a fly ball left center field, plenty of hang time. Butler takes charge and he snags it. 1 out quickly, and it'll be the second baseman, Oren Sheen, due up. Well, Sheen hitting just .226 on the year, but he has a lot of pop to that bat. 3 home runs already on the year, well above league average. 34 RBIs. And he has average speed on the base paths. It'll be southpaw on southpaw here to Sheen. Sheen 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch on the way. Downstairs, borderline curveball, called a ball. Well, you don't see a lot of break in Parker's curve, but it fools plenty of batters. He can pitch around just about any batter, and it's 1-0 so far to Sheen. Here's the pitch to the second baseman. Called strike on the outside. 1-1. Throws him up with a four-seamer. Here's the 1-1 on the way to Oren Sheen. That one is downstairs. Two-seamer misses. It's quickly 2-1. Outfield neutral on Sheen. Here's the 2-1. Called strike right down the middle. It's 2-2. There's that curve. Even counted 2-2 with 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the fourth. And here's the pitch on the way to the second baseman, Oren Sheen. Ooh, a borderline pitch called a ball. Parker shrugs it off. Well, that'll work the count full. Probably should have got that call. And here's the payoff pitch, the windup from Parker on the way to the second baseman, Oren Sheen. Inside out swing is hooking foul. No chance for the left fielder. That'll bounce. Rolling along the left field wall. We'll do it again. Parker looks into Cook, shakes off the side. Here's the pitch on the way to Sheen. Payoff. And he loses him. Fastball can't find the zone. That'll put Oren Sheen aboard. Sheen with average speed. The Beavers are relatively conservative as a base-running organization. It'll be Jacob Barraclough due up, 222 on the year. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Here's the pitch on the way. Parker will check first. Sheen back in time, head first. We'll do it again. Here's the pitch. There's a called strike, a fastball at the letters. And it's 0-1. Runner on first, 1 out for Parker. Barraclough looking to get something going here for the Beavers. Here's the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss on a curveball. And he was completely fooled. Nice curve there by Marco. Sheen with a narrow lead. Here's the pitch to the right-handed batter, Barraclough. Late swing and a miss. He got him again on the curve. And he was a good 3 feet away from that pitch, folks. Marco really pulled the string on it. His third strikeout of the night. It'll make it 2 outs with the runner on first for Ward and Wright. Well, Ward and Wright, one of those hitters who can hit it where they ain't. Not a lot of power or pop to his bat. Hitting .213 on the year. Sheen with a narrow lead. Here's the 2-out pitch on the way from Parker. Right down the middle, called a ball. Parker with his hands on his hips. Sheen retreats. 2-out, 1-0 pitch on the way to Wright. Curveball, fouled away. And it's 1-1. 1-1 on the way, 2 outs. Misses the zone with the four-seamer, it's 2-1. Well, the Beavers have been all over the standings this year, and we had mentioned in an earlier broadcast they were one to watch. As that one is hit on the ground, the second baseman playing deep, and he has it in time. Good positioning there. Just a walk for the Beavers, nothing more. That retires the side, and the Reds still lead 1-0. Bottom of the fourth for Cadillac Reeves. Reeves, Cook, Wright due up. The outfield is shallow on old Cadillac. Cadillac 0 for 1 tonight. Page looks in, here's the windup, and the pitch is on the way to Reeves. Hard hit, fly ball, mid-center field, plenty of time. Doble brings it down. So Reeves retired on the first pitch. Quickly 1 out to Page. Page with 45 pitches here in the top of the fourth. And George Cook, the center fielder, no relation to Edward Cook. Cook back from the right side of the plate. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Very good contact hitter, very good on the base paths. Looking from Page with nobody on. Here's the pitch to the center fielder, George Cook. Inside, ball 1. Page's two-seamer misses, and that two-seamer has been all over the zone today, folks. 1-0. Here's the pitch on the way. Line drive over the head. Oh, he caught it. What a catch. Sheen jumped straight up in the air, and I thought that was well into the outfield. But a well-timed jump will sit George Cook down. Nice play by Sheen. Well, on the slam-bang defensive play by Sheen, it'll be 2 outs for Roland Wright. Wright is 1 for 1 today, hitting .358 on the year. One of the leaders in the Western League. Page looks into Barcroft, takes the sign, wind up, pitch on the way to the right fielder, Roland Wright. He swings and hits it. Good grab by the second baseman, and that'll do it. So some really good plays there by the second baseman. That'll retire the Reds. We go now to the top of the fifth. The score still just 1-0. Could go either way. Plenty of Beavers fans packed in here, as there always are with these rivalry games. Prone to violence so far. With the St. Louis Municipal Police on standby, there haven't been any major issues. Well, Marco Parker comes out for his fifth frame. 50 pitches, very efficient. He has 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. He'll face Eldon Mitchell. It'll be Mitchell double Kearney here. And here's the pitch on the way to the third baseman. He fouls one away down the third baseline. It'll be 0-1. Outfield is shallow on Mitchell. Infield playing deep. Here's the pitch. 0-1. Ropes it down the first baseline. At the ground and sharply, but Reeves has it. He'll take it himself, and that retires Mitchell. 1 down quickly for the Beavers. It'll be the center fielder, Lloyd Doble, up. Doble with a walk today. 1 out, the look in from Parker. Here's the wind-up from the southpaw. Pitch in. Check swing. Call the ball. Change up just misses. The appeal is denied. 1-0. Good change up there by Parker. And here's the 1-0 on the way into Doble. Line drive, center field. That'll be at least a base hit. Bounces what? It's played on the hop. In quickly. And Doble with the walk, and now a single. He was all over that outside four-seamer. And the Beavers had a runner aboard. 1 out. It'll be Abe Kearney, the shortstop, due up. He's 0 for 1 tonight. The corners are in. Reds thinking bunt here from the shortstop. Here's the pitch. He takes a full swing. And that'll be a hit into left field. Real floater. Makes its way in. Station to station go the Beavers. They have Doble on second. They have Kearney on first now. 2 hits so far this inning, and it's the pitcher at the bottom of the order in Jennings Page. Good chance for the Beavers to strike back here with Doble in scoring position. 1 out. Parker will look into Cook. Page is 1 for 1 tonight. Pitch on the way. Downstairs. Fastball misses. It's 1-0. We'll see if Blanco keeps it low here to Page. Try and force that double play ball. Corners are in. Here's the pitch on the way to Page. Another four-seamer that misses down low. Quickly 2-0 to the pitcher. Runners take conservative leads. Here's the 2-0 with the corners in. That's a rope. Could be a double play ball. Second baseman has it over for 1. But no relay. So the fielder's choice puts the pitcher Page on first. It puts the center fielder Doble on third. Runners on the corners and a duck on the pond for Nolan Barcroft. Well, you have to imagine this is who the Beavers want in this position. 351 on the year. He hits 333 against Parker. And with 2 outs, a chance to tie things up here in the top of the 5th. The look in. Wind up from Parker. Here's the pitch from the stretch. Curveball misses downstairs. 1-0. Good game so far. No score in Cincinnati. They host Twin Cities. Third frame. Richmond still trailing Philly by... Oh, Richmond is 2-1 on Philly. Brooklyn up 4-0 on Baltimore. What else is new? Runners at the corners. Here's the pitch to Balcroft from Parker. That one is a line drive foul down the right field line. 2 outs. Runners at the corners for Barcroft. Parker looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Downstairs, called a ball. 2-1. Parker in a little bit of trouble. We'll see how he handles the pressure. 2-1 now to Barcroft. Curveball. 3-1. Well, Parker doesn't want to load the bases here. It'll be Skinner up next. Runners at the corners, 2 outs to look in to Cook. Here's the pitch on the way to the righty Barcroft. Fouled away behind the plate. Little on top of that fastball. Parker's thrown nearly his whole arsenal at him. Looks full count now from the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. Runners in the corners. Inside pitch, and he lost him. Barcroft is aboard. 3 walks now for Marco. And the bases are loaded for William Skinner. Well, Parker in real trouble now. Some support from the stands. Skinner, batting from the right half of the plate, is 0-2 today. Looking to get on the scoreboard. Doble at third, Page at second, Barcroft at first. Here's the pitch on the way to Skinner. 2 outs. First pitch is a strike, fastball right down the middle. And Parker really challenged him right down Main Street there. Here's the 0-1. He fouls another fastball away. And it's 0-2. Owen Parker would love a strikeout here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch on the way. A ball just misses inside. 4-seamer. Good pitch mixing here by Marco. Looks poised. Bases loaded. Here's the 2-out pitch on the way. 1-2. Down in the dirt. And the count evens at 2-2. Good at bat. Good eye by Skinner. 2 out, 2-2 pitch on the way. Changeup is roped into left field. That'll be played on a hop. We'll see if they send the runner. And the runner is headed in. Throw comes in all the way from left field. And the Beavers grab the lead. It's 2-1. He really roped that curve. He was right underneath it. So a 2 RBI single for Skinner puts Barcroft on second. Not what Marco wanted on the full count 2 RBI play. And it'll be Orr and Sheen up. So the Beavers striking back here in the 5th. Sheen is 0 for 1. Runners take their leads. 2 outs. Here's the pitch on the way to Sheen from Parker. Line drive down the middle. Second baseman can't get to it. That should send another home. Center fielder gets the ball in, a little behind schedule. Offline throw, and the runner is safe. Put another one on the board for the Beavers. It's 3-1. RBI single by Sheen, and this Beavers rally is heating up. 3-1 now. Well, that'll bring up Jacob Barraclough. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Barraclough can really move on the base paths. Here's the pitch. Downstairs, Marco on the verge of a complete meltdown here. It's 1-0 with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The look in from Parker. Here's the sign. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swings on an outside fastball. That's handled. Mercifully, the inning ends. 8 men at bat for the Beavers. 3 of them score. The score is now 3-1 with the Beavers in front. Well, Parker will have to shake that inning off. And as we head to the bottom of the 5th, it'll be Signs, Matthews, Parker. Page is at 48 pitches. Bottom of the Reds' order. Outfield shallow on signs. Here's the pitch on the way to the third baseman. That one is downstairs, ball one. Well, the bats really heated up for the Beavers in the fifth, but it's still anyone's game. Brooklyn's still up 4-0 on Baltimore in the fifth. Here's the pitch on the way to Page. New York tied at 1-1 heading into the fourth. Pittsburgh up 3-1 on Chicago. 2-0 now to Symes. Cincinnati behind Twin City 1-0. Here's the pitch on the way to Symes. 3 balls in a row. All two-seamers. Pitching around Symes is Page. He'll take the look into Barcroft. Here's the pitch. And he walks him on 4 pitches. 4 two-seamers, 3 of them low, 1 of them high. Well, Symes is on first now. It'll be Sherwood Matthews, the shortstop. Runner takes his lead. Here's the pitch. Sinker misses downstairs. Symes is on first, no outs. Page looks in. Here's the runner. Pitch to the righty. 1-1 on the called strike. About the same location. This time it was a 4-seamer. So the 1-1 on the way to Matthews. Downstairs, 2-seamer misses. 2-1. Symes with barely any lead at all there on first. Very conservative. And the 2-1 is on the way. The wind-up, the delivery, hit along the first baseline foul. Count evens at 2-2. Well, Page will check on first. Here's the windup. 2-2 pitch. Here's a called strike. First strikeout of the night for Page. And the two-seamer throws Matthews up, and there's one away. Bottom of the Reds' order now in Marco Parker. Parker 0 for 1. 1 out. Symes on first. Here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the pitch on the way from the lefty Jennings Page. Called strike. Two-seamer. Might have been a little outside. And here's the 0-1 on the way for lefty Parker. Ropes down the first baseline foul. Quickly 0-2 to Parker. 1 out, runner on first. Page looks in. Here's the windup and the pitch on the way to Parker. Swing and a miss. Call it 2 strikeouts now. And the pitcher is fanned on a sinker outside. So that'll bring up Lee back to the top of this Reds order. Lee's 0 for 2. Symes still there on first. Outfield shifted left on the lefty Lee. Here's the pitch in from Page. Ball 1. Two-seamer. Can't find the zone. 1-0 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch on the way to Lee. Late swing and a miss on a sinker that breaks late. And it's 1-1. Good pitch there by the southpaw Jennings Page. And here's the 1-1. Inside pitch is called a strike. That's 2 blown calls now this inning by the home plate umpire. Crowd not too happy about it, but it's 1-2 on Douglas Lee. Symes on first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch on the way. That one misses upstairs and outside. 4-seamer. All fastballs to Lee. 2 two-seamers, 2 4-seamers. Here's the 2-2. That one misses in the same spot. Another 4-seamer, and the count is full. Good at-bat here by Lee. He does have an above-average eye. From the stretch payoff pitch to the leadoff batter, Douglas Lee. Late swing and a miss. Call it 3 strikeouts. The inning's over. A walk, a man left. Beavers in front of the Reds, 3-1. We head to the top of the 6th now. It'll be right, followed by Mitchell and Doble due up for the Beavers. Outfield is shallow on right. Right's 0 for 2 today, and Parker is at 72 pitches, a little ahead of the curve. Could see some bullpen action in a frame or 2. And we're set to get things started here in the 6th. Here's the pitch on the way from Marco. Fly ball drifting foul to the visitor dugout. And we'll do it again. Oh no, they're calling it out, so. The eyes are deceived. 1 out. Here's Eldon Mitchell, the third baseman. Pitch Pitch on the way to the third baseman, Mitchell, is a called strike, four-seamer at the knees. It's 0-1. Mitchell hitting just 170. He is 0 for 6 against Parker on the year. Here's the 0-1 with one out, nobody on the way to the third baseman, Eldon Mitchell. Change-up misses, just inside, 1-1. Twin Cities still up 1-0. Richmond ahead of Philly 2-1 in the third. Brooklyn up 4-0 on Baltimore in the fifth. Here's the 1-1 on the way to Mitchell. That's hit on the ground. Chopper handled by the second baseman. No trouble for Lee, and there are two down. Well, the Beavers still up 3-1 after a fifth inning rally where 8 men came to the plate. 2 outs now to Doble. He's 1 for 1 with a walk today. Nobody on, 2 outs, pitch on the way from Parker. Right down the middle, swing and a miss on a changeup. 0-1. Well, Doble, having a decent year at the plate. He is very quick. And here's the 0-1 on the way with 2 outs. Downstairs, fastball is called a ball. Well, 1-1 now on Doble. For the outfield shallow, here's the 1-1 on the way. Right down Main Street, 1 and 2. Doble just watched that four-seamer. 2 outs, the 1-2 on the way to the center fielder. Ooh, curveball just misses. Good take by Doble, makes it 2 and 2 now. The count evens with the outfield shallow. Doble settles in. Here's the sign from Cook. Parker with the windup. Pitch on the way to Lloyd Doble. He swings inside out to the shortstop. Over his head, it'll be a base hit. Great at-bat there by Doble. And he plucks one into left field. Runner aboard with 2 outs now for Abe Kearney. Do we see the beginning of another 2-out rally? Kearney, 1 for 2. Doble on first, and he can really fly, folks. Parker looks into Cook. Pitch on the way to the righty Kearney. Called strike, four-seamer finds the zone. It's 0-1. Doble with a narrow lead. Here's the pitch from Parker. Fly ball, center field. Should be no trouble. And that'll do it. Well, a fly out from Kearney. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left on, and St. Louis, the Beavers are still ahead, 3-1. All tied up in New York. 3-1, Pittsburgh leads Chicago at home. Top of the Reds' order again, it'll be Butler, Cook, Reeves. Outfield shifted left on Butler. Page comes out for another inning of work. He's in 66 pitches here in the bottom of the 6th. And we are set to get things underway. Pitch on the way to the left fielder. Roped foul down the first baseline. 0-1. 0-1 on the way to Butler. Late swing puts it foul down the third baseline. It ricochets off the dugout. 0-2. It's been fastball, sinker, both foul balls so far. Butler has got a piece of it. We'll see what Page does now. He's got him 0-2. Nobody on. Here's the pitch on the way. Downstairs, the fastball misses. Call it 1-2. Brooklyn now up 7-0 on Baltimore in the 6th. And the 1-2 pitch is on the way. Downstairs again, this time a 2-seamer. Count evens at 2-2. Nobody on, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th for Frank Butler. Butler 0 for 2 today, 285 hitter. Is the even 2-2. He ropes one foul again. A lot of battling here. Even count, 2-2. Page shakes off a sign, finds something he likes. Pitch on the way to the righty Butler. Late swing, fly ball, center field. It hangs up there for quite some time. Barraclough has it. Well, a fly out makes it 1 out now. Your catcher Edward Cook is 0 for 2 today. He comes up to face Page. The outfield is shallow for the catcher. Here's the pitch on the way. Weakly hit right to the shortstop, up in time, thrown across. And out by a mile is Cook. It'll be 2 down now for Cadillac Reeves. Reeves 0 for 2. 208 on the year. Outfield shallow on Old Cadillac. And here's the pitch. Downstairs, calls a ball. 2 seamer misses. It's 1-0. 1-0 on the way to Cadillac Reeves. Late swing. It's fouled. Hot down the third baseline. 1-1. Page at 75 pitches. Here's the 1-1 on the way to Cadillac Reeves. Late swing again, this time underneath it. Foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th. Reeves looking to stay alive. Here's the 1-2 on the way from Jennings Page. Late swing, this time in play. Third baseman is up with it in time. Good chopper there. And it's handled well. That'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for the Reds. Beavers still leading 3-1. We'll be back after a word from our sponsor on your home for America's pastime, WLBL.
Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Legacy Baseball on WLBL, home of America's pastime.
Down to Libby Hill we go, where the Richmond rifles show. Every pitch and every throw, got the crowd all set to blow. Take me out to see the game, where the cheers all sound the same. Hot dogs poppin', what a thrill at the field on Libby Hill. Popcorn crackling, breezy air, fans are laughing everywhere. Bats are swinging, there they dare. In the diamond we all share. Take me out to see the game, where the cheers all sound the same. Hot dogs poppin', what a thrill at the field on Libby Hill. Gather round the old grandstand, root for heroes made of sand. Every heart in every hand, part of something simply grand. Take me out to see the game, where the cheers all sound the same. Hot dogs poppin', what a thrill at the field of Libby Hill.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We are through 6, and the Beavers lead the Reds 3-1, 6 hits to 2. Parker with 83 pitches. Bottom of the order here for the Beavers. It'll be Page, Barcroft, Skinner due up. Page is 1 for 2 today. Marco Parker, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Not a terrible performance, not his best on the year. The Beavers hanging on to a narrow lead here. It's tied 2-2 in Richmond. Philly came back in the 3rd inning. Brooklyn now up 8-0 on the Clippers. Still tied in New York through 5. Pittsburgh ahead of Chicago 3-1. And Twin Cities still ahead in the 5th against Cincinnati 1-0. We're set to get things underway here. 3 frames left. And here's the pitch on the way to the pitcher, Jennings Page. First pitch is a called ball. Misses inside. 1-0 now. Outfield shallow on the pitcher. Here's the pitch on the way from Marco Parker. That's a fly ball, shallow center field. Cook has to hustle, but he makes the catch in time. Good moves there by Cook. Makes it 1 out for Nolan Barcroft. Barcroft is 0 for 2 today. Infield deep on Barcroft. Nobody on, 1 out. Here in the top of the 7th is the pitch on the way to the righty Barcroft. That one misses. 1-0. Well, Marco at 86 pitches. And here's the 1-0 on the way. That one misses as well. It's been two four-seamers splitting either side of the zone. 2-0 now. Still a lot of velocity from Marco Parker. And here's the 2-0. Late swing is a weak ground into the first baseman. Marco will cover, barely makes a high throw, but he's there in time. 2 down. Well, Reeves windmilled that throw, and Parker had to jump, but still well ahead of the batter. It'll bring up Skinner. Skinner is 1 for 3 today. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch on the way to the right-handed batter, William Skinner. Change-up misses, downstairs, 1-0. One out to the first baseman. He swings, weak ground into the third baseman, fired over. Plenty of time. 2 down, 3 down, call it. 1, 2, 3 go the Beavers. They still lead 3-1. It's stretch time here at Reds Ballpark. Bottom of the 7th, and George Cook is up. He's 1 for 2 with the walk today. Outfield shallow on the center fielder. Page out for another frame of work. He's at 77 pitches, so fairly efficient. And we'll get things started here with George Cook. Here's the pitch on the way. Called ball, 1-0. 1-0 now to the old veteran George Cook. That one hit on the ground to the second baseman. 2-hopper fired over to first base in time. Hard fastball by Jennings Page puts 1 out on the board for Roland Wright. Wright 1 for 2 with the walk today. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Page settles in, takes the sign from Barcroft. Pitch on the way to the lefty. No shift in the outfield this time around. Here's the pitch. Downstairs, called a ball. Two-seamer breaks just outside the zone, and it's 1-0. 1-0 on the way now. Downstairs again, this time a four-seamer, 2-0. Well, the Reds trail by 2. Still some time left here to get caught up. Here's the pitch from Page. Swing and a miss. Fooled by a late-breaking sinker, it's 2-1. Big powerful swing, but well on top of it. Page takes the sign. The look into right, here's the pitch. He ropes a base hit into left field. It'll be played on 1 hop by the left fielder. Nice patient hit there by Roland Wright. Right on top of that fastball. And Wright is aboard on the single. Well, we have a pinch hitter here. It'll be Monroe Dunbar in. Dunbar hitting 189 on the year. He's 1 for 6 against Page in his career. He's a career 253 hitter. Last year he had 286. This year only hitting 189. But the manager likes what he sees, something in the matchup. And Dunbar will pitch from the right side of the plate to the southpaw Page. Here's the pitch with Wright on first. They check the first base runner, and he is back in time. Page from the stretch, an eye on Wright. He'll check him again. Right ahead, head first, and he's back in time. Boos resound here at Reds Ballpark. And here's the pitch from Page to the pinch hitter. Hit weakly, foul. Well above the fastball there, makes contact 0-1. Wright with a narrow lead. Page from the stretch. Rope down the first base line, foul again. So the pinch hitter Dunbar is quickly worked 0-2. Wright takes his lead. Page looks in, shakes off Barcroft, shakes him up again. Finds something he likes. From the stretch is the pitch to Dunbar. Downstairs. And it's 1-2. 1 out, runner on first. Pinch hitter Dunbar. He takes the 1-2. Line drive, right field. Outfielder there in time at the wall. No luck on the pinch hit. We'll make it 2 outs. They'll keep Sherwood Matthews in. And it'll be right on first for Matthews. He's 0 for 1 with a walk today. Page now up to 87 pitches. Here's the 2-out pitch with a runner on first to the shortstop, Sherwood Matthews. Called ball. Sinker too low. 1-0. pitch. They'll check on the runner at first. Right, head first, back in time. 1-0. Page elicits more boos from the crowd. It's 1-0. Late swing on a fastball makes it 1-1. Well, Matthews really took the mail train there. 1-1, right on first. Here's the pitch. Downstairs. 2-1. And here's the 2-1 on the way to the shortstop. That's hit on the infield. Up in time with the shortstop. He'll throw over to second. Well ahead, and that'll do it. Nothing on one hit for St. Louis. The score is 3-1. Top of the eighth now. Second baseman Oren Sheen up to bat. Sheen is 1 for 2 today. It'll be Sheen, Barraclough right. Sheen also has a walk. He has a very good eye. Average speed on the base path. The Beavers would love to extend their lead here. Parker looks in at Cook. Here's the pitch to the lefty Sheen. No shift on. Just upstairs, above the letters, is the first four-seamer, 1-0. Well, Parker at 91 pitches. He takes the 1-0. Downstairs, 2-0. Parker should see him go to around 105, 110 pitches. A little bit of control issue so far. It's 2-0 quickly now to Sheen. Here's the windup and the delivery to the second baseman. Inside out swing is foul. 2-1. And Sheen will wait for his pitch, and he has a lot of pop to the bat. Bad luck so far this year with that 230 average, but a good young hitter. Here's the 2-1. Inside pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball. 2-2. Nobody on with no outs. It's 2-2 to Oren Sheen. The windup and the delivery. Foul down the third baseline. We'll do it again. 2-2. Parker takes the sign. The delivery. Downstairs, well in the dirt on a changeup. It's a full count now. Parker with the payoff windup and the delivery. Fouled back under the catcher's legs. And we'll do it again. Full count to the second baseman Oren Sheen from the left-hand side of the plate. Here's the look in from the southpaw Parker and the delivery. Downstairs, he loses them. Call it 4 walks for Marco Parker tonight, and Sheen, with average speed on the base paths, is aboard. Well, that'll bring up the right fielder, Jacob Barraclough. Barraclough 0 for 3 today. Sheen with a narrow lead on first. No outs. Parker looks into Cook. Here's the pitch. Changeup misses outside. Oh, it's 1-0 now. Runner on first, no outs here. Top of the eighth, here's the pitch from Parker to Barraclough. Swings on an outside pitch. The third baseman has it in time to 2. Over for 1. Easy double play. 5-4-3 goes the double play. Another nice play by this Reds infield. They eliminate the base runner. 2 outs now for Ward and Wright. Parker is at exactly 100 pitches. The outfield is shallow for the left fielder. Wright is 0 for 3 today. And here's a pitch on the way to the lefty from Parker. Line drive, deep left field. That one has some carry. Sliding catch. What a catch by Butler. He did a full speed slide well away from that ball, and he saves a double there to end the inning. Nice play by the left fielder. Nothing on but a walk for the Beavers. They're still out in front 3-1. Well, it'll be the bottom of the eighth now. Bottom of the Reds order in Parker. Page comes out for another inning of work. He is at 91 pitches. And much like Parker, he can go to about 110, 120 pitches in a pinch. He has only 2 walks tonight, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run. He has had a very good game so far against the Reds. They have just 3 hits on the night. And we'll get things started here in the bottom of the eighth. Called strike down low, 0-1. We welcome RBRND to the broadcast. It's 0-1 now. Another called strike, so sink a fastball, sink a four-seamer, makes it 0-2. Parker's looked at 2 go right down Main Street. And here's the 0-2 on the way to the left-handed pitcher, Parker. Swing and a miss. Well behind that four-seamer, and there's 1 down for Page. His 4th strikeout on the evening. Well, they'll pinch hit here from the top of the Reds' order. Brown Jenkins is in to pinch. 263 on the year. Pretty good eye. 6 RBIs. And the Reds are going into their emergency book here. And with 1 out, back at the top of this order is the pinch hitter Jenkins. First pitch is inside rather, called a ball. The outfield is shifted left on the right-handed batter. It's 1-0. The windup and the delivery from Jennings Page misses outside with the two-seamer. It's 2-0. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th for pinch hitter Browns Jenkins. Outfield shifted left. Here's the pitch on the way from Jennings Page. Checked swing is a called strike, a two-seamer, right down Main Street. It's 2-1. Well, Jenkins with a pretty good eye, especially against lefties. This is his first at-bat of his career against Jennings Page. And he'll take the 2-1 from the southpaw. Another one, right down the middle, called strike. It's 2-2. Page takes the sign from Barcroft. Here's the windup and the delivery to Brown Jenkins. Swing and a miss, he strikes him out. 5 strikeouts on the night now for Page. And another failed pinch hitting situation will make it 2 outs now for the Reds at home to bring up Butler. Frank Butler is 0 for 3 tonight. He is 14 for 40 in his career against Page. Good enough for 350, but no dice here tonight for Frank. Pittsburgh ahead of Chicago 3-1 at home now. Twin City leading Cincinnati on the road 4-0. Here's the pitch on the way to Frank Butler. Still tied in Richmond, 2-2 in Philadelphia heading into the 6th as that ball is downstairs, 1-0. Brooklyn up 8-0 still on Baltimore in the 7th. Here's the 1-0 on the way to Frank Butler. Still tied in New York through 7, 1-1. Leader 7 innings pitched, just 1 earned run. Here's the 2-0 on the way to Frank Butler. Downstairs, quickly 3 balls now. Page at 102 pitches. Butler's got him worked 3-0. Butler with an average eye. Here's the 3-0 on the way. Foul down the first baseline and into the stands. 3-1 now on old Frank. The outfield is shifted left still. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Wind up from Page. And he draws a walk. That one was inside, and Page knew it. So Butler is aboard. He's pretty quick on the base paths. He takes a narrow lead. It'll be Edward Cook, the catcher, up. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 2 outs for the Reds. The tying run is on first base. Page at 104 pitches. And with 2 outs and a runner on first, here's the pitch on the way to the catcher, Edward Cook. First pitch gets by. A wild pitch down low. Cook unable to glove it. And Butler will walk to second base. First wild pitch of the night for Page. Could be some signs of struggle. No action in the bullpen as of yet. 2 outs, 1-0 on the way to Edward Cook with Butler now on second. The force is removed. Swooping change-up is a called strike upstairs. Really froze Cook up, and it's 1-1. Butler with a big lead off a second. Page will turn around. Shakes off a sign from Barcroft. And here's the pitch on the way to Edward Cook. Swings on a breaking ball that gets into the outfield. Will they send the runner? They will. The left fielder throws home. He is behind. The Cook single scores 1. Butler with a head-first slide. And here come the St. Louis Reds. It's 3-2 now in the bottom of the 8th. They keep Page on. And here comes Cadillac Reeves. And he has his fair share of heroic moments here at Red Ballpark. He is 0 for 3 today. And the go-ahead run is at the plate. Cook on first. Page checks the sign from Barcroft. The outfield is deep. The infield is guarding the lines. Here's the pitch on the way to Reeves. Outside, ball 1. Well, things could get very interesting here, folks. The bottom of the 8th. Reeves the go-ahead. Cook on first. 2 outs. The 1-0 on the way to Golden Reeves. The wind-up. Fly ball, deep right field. That one is right to the right fielder. Hard hit, but Barraclough was well positioned. And the Reds pick up a run. They edge closer. It's 3-2, but Page stays ahead. We go now to the top of the ninth. And right away, it'll be a pinch hitter in for the Beavers. It'll be Nick DiGiovanni. Well, DiGiovanni, he'll see a fair share amount of pinch hitting opportunities. He's 309 on the year. He's been very successful. He's never faced Parker. He is a career 282 hitter. He hit 271 last year, hitting just 309. Hard to argue with 309 and 9 RBIs from a pinch hitting position. He bats from the right-hand side of the plate, and he's pinching here in the 6-hole. And here's the pitch on the way to DiGiovanni. Downstairs, the four-seamer called the ball. It's 1-0. DiGiovanni leading things off here in the top of the ninth. Beavers would love to add some insurance runs. Checked swing, makes contact. It'll be 1-1 as that foul ball heads back into the stands. Even count 1-1. Here's Parker with the windup on the way to the pinch hitter DiGiovanni. Downstairs, and it's 2-1. Well, the right-handed batter is a league average hitter, though he's hitting well this year. Outfield is neutral on him. Here's the 2-1. That's a weakly hit ball to the second baseman, gloved in time, thrown over to first, and he is retired. So, 1 out from the leadoff pinch hit into Giovanni. He sits down. And the center fielder, Lloyd Doble, is up. Doble is 2 for 2 with a walk tonight. A very good night for Doble, and that'll do it for Marco Parker. They're going to bring in their closer, Jeffrey Broom. Well, Broom, above average pitcher, having a decent year with 29 strikeouts in relief, 23 walks, 16 earned runs. That's good enough for an earned run average of 2.65. Marco Parker leaves with 3 earned runs and 6 hits. They like the matchup here on Doble. Outfield is shallow on Doble. He has had quite a night, so not surprising that the relief comes here, as Marco is about out of gasoline there. With 1 out, here's the pitch on the way to Doble. Broom, first pitch of the evening, called ball, downstairs, 1-0. Nobody on, 1 out, here's the 1-0 on the way. That is hit to the shortstop. It's a weak grounder, thrown across the diamond. In time. 2 down now. That'll put Abe Kearney, the shortstop, on from the 8-hole. Broom, efficient so far. There are 2 outs. And here's this right-handed batter, Kearney. The wind-up and the delivery. Checked swing is a called strike. A cutter downstairs. There's that old Broom cutter we're all so familiar with. The outfield is shallow on Kearney. Here's the 0-1. Next one just misses outside. It's 1-1. That slider has a lot of movement on it. 1-1 now with 2 outs and nobody on to Kearney. The Beavers lead it narrowly over the Reds 3-2. Reds will get one more chance. Here's the 1-1 on the way to Kearney. Fouled away back toward the home dugout. 2 outs, 1 and 2 now to Kearney. And here's the delivery by the reliever Broom. That one is hit weakly to the second baseman. Plenty of time, no trouble. And that'll do it for the Beavers here in the ninth. Nothing across for St. Louis. They retain their narrow lead. And it's moment of truth time here for the Reds. They're in the middle of their order. It'll be Cook, Wright, and Dunbar. Dunbar took over at third. Page comes back out looking for the complete game. He is at 109 pitches. We see some action in the bullpen. Page should be getting tired. And we'll get things started. 3 outs left for the Reds. Here's the first pitch from Page. Foul ball. He missed the sinker on the outside. The outfield is shallow on Cook. Here's the 0-1 from Page. The wind-up, the delivery. Swing and a miss on a fastball. That one drifted inside. Big miss by Cook there on a big cut. It's 0-2. No outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the ninth. The crowd is on their feet for George Cook. Infield is guarding the lines. Outfield is shallow. Here's the 0-2 pitch on the way. Fly ball. Shallow center field. That's handled by the second baseman, and the Reds are down to 2 out. Cook is retired. Just 2 outs left. It'll be Roland Wright. He's 2 for 3 today. Outfield is playing deep, infield guarding the lines. And with 1 out, here's the first pitch on the way to Roland Wright. Downstairs, four-seamer called the ball. It's 1-0. Well, Page with the windup. The delivery to Roland Wright, 1-0. This one's called a strike. Two-seamer down low, 1-1. Well, Page has allowed just 4 hits against the Reds. It's been a very good game. 2 earned runs. Here's the pitch on the way. 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1. Outfield is very deep on right. Here's the 2-1. That one right down Main Street. A change-up. Freezes upright. It's 2-2. Well, the even count 2-2. Big wind-up from Page and the delivery on the way. Foul down the third baseline. It's 2-2 still. The outfield trying to prevent an extra base hit. Right fielder Barraclough is basically at the wall. 1 out, 2-2 pitch on the way from Page to right. That is roped down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases for Roland Wright as it rolls into the corner. Big throw in from left field. The slide, and he's there with a double. So a 1-out double for Wright. And that'll do it for Page. Not surprising, they'll bring in the right-handed pitcher Dover. And in response, the Reds will bring in the pinch hitter Paul McInnes. McInnes, 294 on the year. He's had just 34 at-bats and 7 RBIs. So Jennings Page with a good game. Probably the right decision to bring Dover in here. Page leaves with just 5 hits allowed, just 2 runs, and a very good night. Unable to get the complete game. Dover looking to get 2 outs here on McInnes. Well, in his career, Dover is a 1.94 earned run average pitcher. Last season, he had 21 strikeouts with an earned run average of 1.17. He had a lot of walks last year, only 11 so far this year, well below his average from last year. Wright will be on second, and the go-ahead run with 1 out is at the plate with the pinch hitter Paul McInnes. Wright with the big lead. Dover takes the sign from Barcroft. Here's the pitch. Check swing, call the ball. Four-seamer on the outside corner. Well, it's a big moment here for Dover with the pinch hitter McInnes. Wright, big lead on second. The look in, the side, here's the pitch. That pitch is hit right to the third baseman. Elliott is there. Nice catch by Elliott. And suddenly Donovan Miller is down to the Reds' last out. What a play by Elliott there. So this could be it, folks. Dover looking to close it out. Beavers lead the Reds 3-2 here in the bottom of the ninth with the go-ahead run at the plate in Donovan Miller. The crowd is on their feet. Wright takes the lead from second. Dover looks into Barcroft. Here's the pitch on the way to Donovan Miller. Inside. Fastball misses it. 1-0. Miller could win it with a big swing here. Or Dover could win it with an out. Here's the 1-0 on the way to Donovan Miller. Inside again. 2-0. Tense moment here at Reds ballpark. 2-0. 2 outs. Runner on second. Beavers lead the Reds 3-2. Here's the pitch on the way. Downstairs, called the ball. It's 3-0 now. 2 outs, 3-0 to Miller. Irvin Dover, not a strong start here. He'll look at Miller. Here's the pitch. Right down Main Street. It's 3-1. Well, Miller ahead in the count. He takes The fastball right down the middle, right with the lead on second. Here's the pitch on the way to Miller. Hit down the first base line, foul. And the moment is tense. 2 outs, runner on second. Beavers leading the Reds 3-2 in the bottom of the ninth. Dover takes the sign from Barcroft. He looks in. The pitch on the way to Miller. Payoff.
Strike three.
He gets him on the called strikeout. Rung up on a fastball right down the middle, and the Beavers stay alive. They scrape by the Reds on the road, and the Reds lose at home to the Beavers in this Mississippi rivalry, 3-2. Thank you for tuning in here at Legacy Baseball. We've enjoyed having you along for the ride. We'll look to see you next time on your home for America's pastime, WLBL.
Thank you for listening to Legacy Baseball on your home for America's pastime, WLBL.